Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16 Update.
Good evening. No matter what the calendar says, winter is here.
Winter doesn't officially begin for another month, but even though that, outside tonight, it looks like a blizzard.
Night Beat reporter Joe Ducey is out in all that snow. Joe, what's the driving been like?
I'll tell you, Karen, it's very cold out here, first of all. As you see behind me, you can see a somewhat empty Interstate 81. Normally a lot of heavy traffic here. Somewhat empty tonight here on Interstate 81 in Luzerne County. The slick conditions have kept a lot of people off the road trying to avoid problems, and there have been a number of problems. We're going to see some video here. This car in Luzerne County went off Interstate 81 heading northbound. Now, the driver was okay. It was a lady. She just slid off the road here. It was a number of cars in the area have done the same thing. Police report that it's one of a number of similar incidents being reported all over the viewing area. Here, another car off the road, just down the road from where we are here. Now, plows have had some problems trying to keep up with the snow, trying to keep the snow from building up on the highways because it's been a rather fast-moving snow. I think it caught a lot of people by surprise. Even though it had been predicted, it seemed to accumulate so fast here. It started off as a rain, and as temperatures got colder, that froze, and with the snow on top of it, state police are really calling this a mess and say if you have to travel, be very careful tonight. Now, a number of notes here. Power outages in Larksville, Plymouth, and Luzerne County, and road conditions in the Poconos. This is probably as it is in most snowstorms up in the higher elevations of Poconos and northern counties. Bad conditions down in the southern areas. Allentown, Sunbury, roads are basically wet right now. So up in the upper areas and the higher elevations, it's really bad. Tom Clark will be able to answer all your questions about the snowstorm later in the newscast. Joe Ducey, Newswatch 16, live on Interstate 81 in Luzerne County. Karen, Nolan.
Okay, thank you, Joe. I'll tell you what, let's go right to meteorologist Tom Clark right now in the backyard.
Tom, how is it out there? We just saw a lot of snow coming down where Joe is. Is the worst over yet?
I think the heaviest snowfall is ending right about now. Still coming down in the backyard. It's a heavy, wet snow, and we tend to get our heaviest snowfall when the temperature is right around the freezing mark, since warmer air can hold more water vapor. A lot of branches bent over in the backyard here. The snow is sticking to all the branches and trees, and even some thunderstorms across the area tonight, indicating some very strong upward motion in the atmosphere, an indication of the intensity of this storm system, and the result, of course, even some very heavy downpours of snow. The center of the storm now is passing by just south of Pennsylvania. It is snowing everywhere across the Channel 16 viewing area, except the extreme southern portions down around Juniata County, Snyder County, and Schuylkill County, where it's still raining. But even down there, it will change to snow later on tonight. This snow will be tapering off before the morning rush hour, but we will see a few more inches of snow between now and then. And I'll be telling you just how much we're going to get a little bit later on. About 3.5 so far in the backyard.
Okay, Tom, we'll see you in just a little while. Some patients at a healthcare facility in Luzerne County are being moved out on this snowy night.
It's all because workers at St. Stanislaus have voted to strike. Newswatch 16's Mark Davis is standing by live there now. Mark, what's the situation?
Situation is, Karen, that they've reacted very quickly here at St. Stan's in Newport Township because 90 patients are inside. However, they're going to cut that by quite a bit, and the move is on. 40 patients have to be moved, transported by ambulance. This man left St. Stanislaus just after 9 o'clock with more to follow. The transported patients will be taken to Nanticoke and Mercy hospitals and a number of other area nursing homes and rehabilitation centers. The unionized workers had met earlier and agreed unanimously to start their strike at 7 a.m. Management had made a final offer, but it was turned down. The reason? Contract concessions.
We've worked a long time here to build up a good contract and have one of the top-notch places to work in the Wyoming Valley, and we're not about to give it up.
Now, we did talk with management tonight, and they told us that they made the final offer. They were prepared for the strike. They had a strike plan in readiness that has now gone into effect, and they said that the 50 patients who remain here during the strike will get the same quality of care that they've been used to. Picket lines are expected to go up here at St. Stan's first thing tomorrow morning. I'm Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, live with the Instacam in Newport Township. Karen?
Okay, thanks, Mark. No school tomorrow at the Mountain View High School in Susquehanna County because of a fire this afternoon. Skycam 16 was overhead as thick smoke rose from the school in Kingsley. The first concern, the 600 students who go to class here.
I want to make sure everyone is out. very first thing. Once I had my assurance of that, that was a big relief.
Officials say the fire was accidental. It started in the auditorium near a panel that controls stage lights. Firefighters were able to keep the fire from spreading throughout the Susquehanna County School, but because of the smoke damage, there is no school tomorrow at Mountain View High.
Our state lawmakers are busy in Harrisburg trying to pass all kinds of bills before calling it quits for the year. The state Senate passed a bill today that would require all dogs and cats over 3 months of age to get rabies shots. Pet owners who do not have their animals vaccinated would face a $300 fine. The state Senate took some action today also that may kill Pennsylvania's proposed seatbelt law. The Senate is refusing to go along with House changes in the bill unless the differences are worked out. The seatbelt bill will die when the lawmakers go home at the end of the month. And now it's up to the Senate to decide whether to override the governor's veto of an underage drinking bill. The House today voted for the override. If that bill becomes law, convicted underage drinkers would lose their driver's licenses for 90 days. Coming up, why a fish every other day may help keep the doctor away.
How to have a Merry Christmas the safe way. Plus, a little later, all aboard the Super Shoppers Express. We'll tell you what this contraption is all about as Newswatch 16 Update continues.
Enterprise Aluminum, your complete source for energy-efficient window and door products. Consider prime replacement windows. They're insulated, maintenance-free, easy to clean, and easy to install with retrofit. Retrofit means windows are replaced without additional remodeling to your home. Storm doors keep your home warm this winter and ventilated this summer. Storm windows increase your heating and cooling efficiency by 15%, and they're available in all styles, sizes, and shapes. Enterprise Aluminum, enhancing the quality of your life and increasing the value of your home.
Life nowadays is fast-paced and hectic. It's good to know Old River Road Bakery still takes the time to do things right. While everyone else is hustling and bustling, Old River Road Bakery uses the same care they've been using for 3 generations. So while the world may be going mad around you, you can still count on Old River Road Bakery to give you more for your money, quality, and freshness in their baked foods. The tradition continues at an Old River Road Bakery store near you.
There are lots of things about a Purdue oven stuffer roaster nobody's been able to copy. Like the special breeding that gives it a delicious old-fashioned flavor. And its unique broad breast with more tender, juicy white meat than any other roaster. Then there's its built-in pop-up timer. Some have seized upon that.
But what's the point of having something cooked right if it isn't worth cooking in the first place?
One sure sign of the holiday season is the government's annual report on toy safety. The Consumer Product Safety Commission threw this Christmas party today to get its message across. Once again this year, parents are being urged to use common sense when buying toys and avoid small playthings such as marbles, jacks, and rubber balls.
Well, toys are a lot safer these days. It's still up to us to evaluate the safety of the toys we're buying our children and grandchildren before we bring them home. We, the buyers, still bear the final responsibility.
Skateboards are the big danger for bigger kids. Officials say more than 25,000 kids will get hurt on skateboards this year. The government says parents should read the age labels when buying Christmas toys. Researchers have some advice for all of us tonight. They say we should have more fish in our diets. Some new studies say that fish oil can actually help prevent heart disease. In one study, patients with high cholesterol levels were put on a fish diet, and in most cases, their cholesterol levels were lowered. And in a study involving animals, it's clear to see the difference in the artery of an animal given cod liver oil. Doctors say eating fish is better than taking fish oil supplements. They say we should have a fish dinner at least twice a week.
The government has released a new tax form that we will all have to fill out soon. It's the new W-4 form that will let the IRS know how much tax to withhold from your paycheck. It's all part of the new simplified tax code, but it's anything but simple. For example, how about this instruction? You may stop here and enter the total from line E on form W-4, line 4, only if you do not need to increase or decrease your allowances, as explained between lines E and F of the worksheet. You'll be getting the 4-page form from your employer soon. There's a lot of fear floating around Wall Street tonight, and it's all because of talk of more illegality with insider information. And that fear was the big factor today behind a 43-point drop in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The drop started yesterday following Friday's government announcement that big investor Ivan Bisky agreed to a $100 million payment to settle charges of insider stock trading. Today's fear on Wall Street is that Bisky traded his settlement with the government for a list of names of other Wall Street traders whom he knew had inside information.
A $147 million project is in the works in Schuylkill County that will not only provide energy and jobs, but get rid of some eyesores as well. A reception was held today at the site of a new cogeneration plant near McAdoo. It'll take coal or waste coal from the area, burn it to generate electricity for PP&L, and also provide steam to a large greenhouse at the site. By getting rid of the coal, the land will be restored. The cogeneration plant in Klein Township will create 100 jobs when it opens in 1989.
And next, we're going to send meteorologist Tom Clark right back out to his snowy backyard.
Sorry about this, Tom, but what are you going to do?
Hey,
we want to see that snow out there.
I'm looking forward to spring already. I mean, this is something else. We've got a few more inches to go on the snowfall tonight, and when we come back, I'll let you know how much by morning. You're watching Newswatch 16 Update on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Chick-Shinny and all of Luzerne County.
Introducing a high-performance machine for your office. Canon's NP7550 copying system. 0 to 50 in 60 seconds flat. Automatically shifts to the right paper size. Zooms up and down. Does two-sided copying from two-sided originals and sorting all automatically. That's why Canon's NP7550 is the automatic choice. So step on it. You've got deadlines to meet.
Two names you can trust, GBM and Canon.
These are 18 features or benefits that an Alaska Stoker stove has to offer over any wood stove. All are concerned with safety and convenience. Spend a half hour learning about the remarkable Stoker stoves. You may go home with the Stoker stove that can replace your fireplace insert or your freestanding wood stove, or one for the basement. See one burning today, the Stoker stove.
Well, we've all been so busy tonight, we didn't even get a chance to build our first snowman out in the backyard. Geez, Tom.
How about after the show? What the heck? We have enough snow for that. It's a good packing snow. It's a wet snow. And speaking of snow, I have 100 winners, 5th prize winners in our snowblower contest. And here's the first list of 25 names. And maybe your name's on this list. These are the people with the closest guess for when the first inch of snow fell here in the backyard back on November 11th. Now, each of these people will be receiving in the mail a certificate that they can redeem with a local merchant for a bag of ice melt and a jug of windshield washer fluid. And we'll get those certificates out to you as soon as possible. So congratulations to everybody there. We'll have more tomorrow night. Now, on the Weather Watch tonight, out in Tobyhanna, my weather watcher Mike Sabrick has about 6 inches of snow on the ground now. It's still coming down, and 28 degrees. Charles Savage up there in East Smithfield, also about a half a foot of snow. The roads are treacherous up there, he says, and it's still coming down. Carson Hoffman, Shamokin Dam, Snyder County, a mixture of rain and snow now. A measly half-inch of slush on the ground down there tonight. In the backyard now, we have between 3.5 and 4 inches of snow. It's still coming down, and there are some of those big fat flakes that were falling tonight in Dunmore. 32 now in the backyard, 97% humidity, the wind northeast at 9, and the barometer now holding steady to 9.71. Range in temperature today, 43 and 32. It was warm enough for some rain this evening, and then the snow came in at about 8 o'clock here in the backyard. 74, the record high back in 1921, a beautiful day. 1 year ago, the high close to 60. Now, here is tonight's satellite view, the brightest clouds indicating where the heaviest snowfall is. And as you can see, they're over the eastern quarter of Pennsylvania. And then they get darker, and these are shallow clouds, just dropping some flurries now on the backside of the storm. This storm will be heading out to sea, taking the heavy snow with it. Not snowing quite as heavy now in the backyard as it was a few hours ago, but nonetheless, a few more hours of snow as we go, which should taper off before the rush hour tomorrow morning, but some colder air coming in will slick up even a few more roads, and so do allow for some extra time before you head out tomorrow. We have another high coming in for tomorrow. It's going to clear us out. You can see the clearing now ahead of it, and so things will look much better as we head through the day tomorrow. Storm totals by daybreak tomorrow, as the storm ends, 5 to 7 inches up along the northern tier counties, up there around Dalton and Bradford County, Susquehanna County, up by Towanda, even as much as 8 inches possible in some of the highest elevations of Wayne County and Lackawanna County. Farther to the south, amounts taper down. Tomorrow, the sun returns. Temperatures getting up, well, not too far from freezing, just a few morning flurries, and the breeze tomorrow from the north. Here's the sunrise time, 6:56. Sunsets now at 4:41. Okay. Snow tapering down by morning, a few more inches, windy, clearing tomorrow, and then increasing cloudiness once again on Thursday. More rain this time from the next storm system about Thursday night into Friday. Maybe a few school delays or closings tomorrow. The Winter Watch computer goes into effect at 6 a.m.
Okay,
Tom.
Okay. Thanks, Tom. Still ahead, when is a bus not a bus? When you put it on the train tracks, we'll explain.
But next, Tim Carlson will explain why the girls' field hockey all-stars are playing with more on their minds than winning the game. And the latest college football bowl rumor, Penn State and Miami in the Caesars Bowl. The Sports Watch next.
Electronics Expo. It's low prices on radios, home and go stereos, telephones, typewriters, computers. It's low prices every day on all electronics at Hill's Electronics Expo. It's brand names like Atari, Casio, Sony, and AT&T. It's great gift-giving ideas. It's exceptional values, instant rebates, and it's going on right now. Hill's Electronics Expo.
We're a different kind of department store. You ought to be shopping Hill's. Check us out.
I'm something of an expert on Christmas cards. But when Thrift Drug asked for a card you could play like a piano, fortunately, American Greetings makes one. Ziggy's Melody Maker isn't just a card, but a 17-note piano with its own songbook. Just $6.99 at Thrift Drug. Now I'm working on my own version, but I think I'll need a bigger envelope. Merry Christmas from Thrift Drug.
One good thing about a snowy night, there's always sports. Tim?
There's always sports no matter what the weather is.
That's right.
We even talk about baseball on a snowy night like this. The man you see right there, Roger Clemens, American League Most Valuable Player. Now you're saying, wait a minute, this guy won the Cy Young Award too. That's correct. He's the first guy to do that since 1971 when the Oakland A's Vida Blue did the very same thing. And it's quite an honor for him to do that. Some Yankee fans are a little bit upset that Don Mattingly did not win the American League MVP, but that's the way it goes. The Baseball Writers Association of America picks Roger Clemens as the American League Most Valuable Player. All right, let's talk about football, and here's one for you. How about Penn State meeting Miami in Caesars Bowl in Las Vegas? You're saying, hey, Sophie, that Carlson guy must have hurt his brain singing a few weeks ago. He's talking about some bowl that ain't. Oh, but you're wrong, sir. The folks who own Caesars Palace in Las Vegas do want Penn State and Miami to play in their so-called Caesars Bowl. Dave Fox reports from Las Vegas.
$2.6 million each is the figure tossed around by Caesars Palace. But if hosting Miami and Penn State for the national title comes down to a bidding war, Caesars is not worried.
Certainly in Caesars Palace, money isn't the most frightening thing that we have to deal with. I mean, the disparity in the money they're talking about in the Fiesta Bowl is somewhere between 1.2 and 2.4. That's a lot of difference. If they're only giving 1 and 2 a team or 2-4, hey, what are you talking about? I mean, the Hilton's been putting on a fight that costs more than that right this weekend.
And if money is no object, there is the question of a facility. No problem, according to Caesars. Their plan is to build an 80,000-seat stadium next door.
23,000, 27,000 people, stadium outside out here for a fight. We're willing to do any number of things. I think that we put enough sod around here in a year to put down 2 football fields.
And if they do build a stadium and succeed in buying Miami and Penn State, there is still the problem of convincing the NCAA.
I don't know. What can they think?
What Donor hopes the NCAA thinks is that Las Vegas is the perfect spot for the championship game, and not just because of cash.
I doubt that we'll ever see a college football game in the United States of America of the magnitude of this go to a bowl the size they're talking about. Because of a combination combination of strange events. These two teams cannot play each other unless they go to some, I don't mean to say it's some obscure bowl, Tim, because it certainly isn't. It's not the Cotton Bowl, it's not the Orange, it's not the Rose Bowl, and it's not the Caesars Bowl.
Donor admits that bringing the championship game to Las Vegas is a long shot, but he points out that, hey, Caesars is in the gambling business, and the house is the favorite. From Las Vegas, I'm Dave Fox reporting.
An interesting event in Wilkes-Barre tonight, the Dallas Unico Club's 4th annual East-West Senior All-Star Field Hockey Game. And as Tom Tidy tells us, there's a lot more to the game than just the final score.
30 of Wyoming Valley's best seniors had one last chance to play in front of their family, friends, and coaches. But for some of these girls, the game is important for another reason. You see, they get to show off their stuff in front of college scouts, and if they're good enough, they might get a scholarship.
It's the one game where they're going to be able to see what I can do. It's the only time I get to show them, other than films, which don't really say that much. This has been the greatest year for competition around the valley. They're just the best this year. There's so many good people. You know, you just feel glad to be here.
The area has become a hotbed for field hockey over the past few years, and college scouts have been taking notice.
The hockey in this area has really come a long way. We're hoping to find a few of these girls on our team next year. There's certainly a lot of good ones this year.
This area has produced some pretty significant players in the collegiate ranks, and I imagine one or two of them will probably be up there for the 1992 Olympics, the candidates, strong candidates.
The game ended in a 1-1 tie, the final game for some of these seniors, but for many, it was the start of a new playing career in college. Tom Tidy, Sports Watch 16, Wilkes-Barre.
Checking the ice hockey scores from tonight. The Islanders over Quebec in overtime 4-3. LA beat Washington. St. Louis over Minnesota. Winnipeg beat Pittsburgh. And in the NBA, the Lakers over Dallas. Milwaukee beat Golden State. And in overtime, Portland and Houston 103-103. We'll catch you back tomorrow at 6 with more sports, of course. See you later.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
Still ahead, taking the Super Shopper Shuttle for a test drive.
But first, tonight's lottery number. The daily number is 541, and the big 4, 1548. We'll be right back.
There is a higher intelligence coming to share a wealth of knowledge and powers. Follow your instincts and welcome them. They are known as Minolta Zoom copiers. They transform complex functions into child's play and have remarkable endurance. Bring higher intelligence to your office.
See the complete line of Minolta copiers at Top Copy. Call 1-800-982-4021.
Since 1896, Kaplan Furniture of Scranton has been delivering quality furniture into northeastern Pennsylvania's homes. Kaplan still stands out as a star above the rest. You've got to see it to believe it. The Comfort Maker at Kaplan Furniture Complex. No one else has a section like it. 10,000 square feet devoted to your comfort. Recliners, sleep sofas, motion furniture, leather, bedding, brass beds, and more at 20 to 30% off. Kaplan Furniture Company of Scranton, a star above the rest.
Finally tonight, could it be a comeback for commuter rail service in our area?
It seems to be on the right track in Lackawanna County. Officials call it a rail bus. They plan to use it to shuttle shoppers between Scranton and Carbondale. A couple $1 million have been spent to fix up the tracks between the two cities. Now they're looking for state and federal money to keep the rail bus online on a regular basis. Officials say it would be a good alternative to fighting traffic on the Scranton-Carbondale Highway.
We've got a Route 6 situation. We've got local roads between here and Carbondale that are basically overcrowded. There's many problems. This may be one possible alternative to those overcrowding problems.
So far, the rail bus is only experimental. But if all goes well, the commuter service between Scranton and the Upper Valley could begin by next summer.
And that is Newswatch 16 update for a snowy Tuesday.
For any school delays or cancellations, tune in the morning. Good night.